How do you properly buy a property subject to the existing financing being in place? This comes up a lot. All kinds of variables around buying subject to come up a lot in our community and outside our community. And so I want to encourage you to watch a couple of the other videos here on our channel that do have to do with sub-twos. How do you insure them? How do you avoid the due on sale clause? Things like that, because I know this is very touchy for some people. Also, if you happen to be in the Wicked Smart community, you're one of the associates or 90-day jump starters, you can actually just access a whole bunch of sub-2 training in Linda, the Library of Necessary Data for Associates, and you're going to learn more and more. But this, again, is meant to give you kind of surface level how we move forward with a subject to. And so I encourage you to take down these steps as you see them. But the first one is we simply enter into a contract, a purchase and sales agreement with the seller, and the purchase and sales agreement has been totally customized for our deals. And we've done hundreds of them. And that contract lives in Module 11 of the Wicked Smart Academy, coincidentally. But if you have your own attorney and you want to go ahead and customize that, you can, but we put hundreds of hours into that. So we enter into that. There are disclosures on there that the seller has to check off so that now or later, if they get amnesia and forget why they did what they did, we have that in writing. They include things like they're aware of the due on sale, we're aware of it, and everything related to sub-2 deals. It was crafted by our attorney. The second is you're going to go ahead and obtain still. You're going to treat this like a regular closing. So you're going to obtain title searches for liens, etc. I want to stress here that there are some mentors and educators that teach you to go literally get the deed. And you can do that. They can quit claim the property to you. Our attorney has always, this isn't new, suggested that we close this like a regular closing. There will be a settlement statement created. And instead of new money coming to the table, if you've ever bought a property, on the side where usually there's a amount of loan coming into the transaction, it's going to say subject to the existing financing of, and it's going to give you the balance. That's it. You treat it like a regular closing. It's going to let you know when you do these title searches, by the way, guys, if there are other liens that maybe even honestly the seller didn't know about. We've run into that before. Landscape liens, other contractor liens. You're going to want to know that. And you're going to want to know, again, it wasn't from them maybe being dishonest, just maybe something hit them from a side that they weren't aware of. A lot of these people that do the sub-2 deals are in a tougher financial condition. You know, we do free and clear properties, they're in great shape. We do sub-2s, usually those are the people that aren't in great shape and need financial relief of some sort. Okay, and you can go to our Deal Structure Sunday videos and see hundreds and hundreds of these. Third, we typically title it this way. This is sort of important in our world. You can check with your attorney if you want to do this. We close it in a trust name, and the trust is titled, let's say it's 123 Yellow Street, and the family is Johnson. Okay, 123 Yellow Street, Johnson Family Trust. That's how we close it. Now, I'm not an attorney, so please, if I say that 5 times here, it's very important. You run this by your attorney. This happens to be a checklist that we did with our attorney. The reason we do that is back in 82 or so, somewhere in the 80s, the Garment-St. Germain Act was put in place. That allowed families, for planning reasons, to put properties, to move properties that have mortgages on them and not trigger a due on sale clause. Now, granted, you're not doing a family transaction, but that is the reason why we word the trust that way. We feel it's another layer of anonymity and another layer of protection. Again, run that by your attorney. I will say here, at this stage, your attorney might want to pivot. Instead of doing a purchase and sales and going right to a closing, they might want to do a contract for deed or a land contract, interchangeably used in different states. We just closed 3 deals in the state of Ohio, 3 in the last few weeks in our company, Wicked Smart Finance, where we help associates with some cash down if it's needed, a little outside our model. And we did all 3 of those with an attorney, 2 different attorneys actually out of 3 deals, and they wanted a contract for deed instead of selling it like this and directly going into our trust. Either way is fine, okay? I will tell you that our attorney has told us that the contract for deed does not negate the due on sale. It's yet another layer of protection. Okay, so again, they acknowledge that. They're just different ways that attorneys are comfortable with doing them or not. 4, any leases, options, permit applications, contracts, deeds, they're all going to be executed if you put it in the trust by the trustee of the trust, right? Clearly, just a side note for you. Any liens or judgments that might happen are going to attach to the property and not against you if you have it in the trust. I think it goes without saying, but worth me mentioning here. Please, 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 no matter how you title this, do not put it in your own name ever. This is not because of a sub 2. This is always seek some counsel there. We happen to use Anderson Law for all of our entity creation, all of our entity structuring, all of our entity protection. It all goes through Anderson Law. You can find that on our resource section of smartrealestatecoach.com. Frankly, any of our resources are listed there for you to go ahead and use. Next point, if you are again taking it into a trust, it's going to appear on the county tax records that it was put into a trust for nominal fee, a nominal consideration, and that no one really knows what you pay for the property, depending again how your attorney wants to run this. If you run it like a regular closing and it goes right into the trust there, that might expose it. If you close it and then move it to a trust, they're going to see that. Again, consult your attorney. One of the reasons I want to do this video again, on top of all the other sub 2 videos we have, is to get you comfortable, at least getting you moving forward. Because with COVID and post-COVID here, there are a whole bunch of people that need your help. Evidence of the 3 deals we just did in Ohio, those are all people that sadly needed immediate financial relief, and if they didn't, the bank was going to foreclose and probably affect their life for the next 5, 7, 9 years. That's awful. And so you're able to be a guide and make this a very super positive transaction. Because why? Because we care about the buyers and sellers that we deal with. Now, I'm not going to go into the last step here, which is making sure you properly insure the property, but it is super important, and there's a separate video on it, how to properly insure sub 2 purchases. So important that we had our administrator, Sue, who runs our office and has been with us around 6 or 7 years, we had her go through it 3 or 4 times to make sure she understood how to properly insure, and now she runs all our deals, and that's not a headache at all anymore. And so I encourage you to do the exact same thing. Last but not least, if any of this was confusing, you have 2 options. I encourage both. You can email support@smartrealestatecoach.com. You can also come, and I encourage you to, come every week to the 50-minute Wicked Smart sit-down that we run at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's totally free, and you can attend every single week if you want. Some weeks we're taking Q&A. Some weeks we're doing deals. You can bring deals, you can bring questions. Some weeks we have a guest speaker, and you can come learn from them. Every single week we invite you to be there. Go to smartrealestatecoach.com/events.